Hello family and friends, it's Rob the Sapper Gardener, and I'm going to do a really quick update on a couple of new plants we got. Taking a break from watching our friend Lead Farmer 73 replay of his live. We did a video mid last year, late last year, and we talked about some of the new plants we want to try out in our garden this year, 2022. And one of the ones Mrs. SG wanted us to try was to try growing bananas, and we obviously live in zone 7A Virginia, so growing bananas outside is not really an option, but there are banana varieties that can be grown indoors, and we have two. So I'm going to spin you around real quick. We actually got 4 new plants in. We got 2 more peppercorn plants, and we have 2 Dwarf Cavendish plants. And we got these. Yep. If I can show the tag. Super Dwarf Cavendish bananas. We got these from Logie's Nursery. And we think they will do good for us. So I'm going to actually hopefully pick one up. We had to repot these. They came in little small nursery pots. But I got this repotted up, and hopefully they're going to do well for us. These are indoor plants, and I'm going to sit this where I got better light to talk about it. Alrighty, so these are indoor plants. Oops. So I think it's a good idea to talk about them indoors. And few tips on growing these. This is our first time growing these indoors, so we did a little bit of research. You may see me glance at my laptop as I talk about them, just to make sure I'm giving everybody the straight information. In case anybody else wants to grow these, you can grow these indoors. They do need about 6 hours of direct sunlight every day, so you want to make sure you put them in a window that's going to get some direct sunlight. And you want to water these regularly, but you want to let them go through a cycle. So you want to water them, then you want to wait a day or two to let the soil dry out some, water it again, and just do that repeatedly. You don't want it to sit in wet, soggy soil all the time, because that'll cause the roots to rot. And so I'm laughing at my son behind the camera. So like I say, you want to water it down, but you don't want the roots to be wet. The pots that we use, and you can do these indoors or out, they have a little drain hole or watering hole at the bottom. And the nice thing about these, at least in my opinion, is you can stick your finger right down in there. And if you put your finger in there and you feel water all the time, you're watering it too much. But when you do water it, you want to make sure you water it thoroughly. So you want at least to have some water in there when you water it, but not water that's going to sit for days and days and days, because as those roots go down, you don't want them sitting in the water, because they'll just rot out. So you don't have to do a pot like this. You can do a pot with just drainage holes and a saucer underneath, but this works well for us, and you know, it's an investment, especially an indoor plant. These pots should last us forever. So another quick tip. Alright, couple of tips, and again I'm going to read these to make sure we give everybody the best information. Light 4 to 6 hours per day if possible, more direct sunlight. If you have a south facing window, that's best. Water it, allow it to dry 25 to 50% down in the pot. You don't want it sitting with the roots in damp, soggy soil or water. Go through a cycle, water it, give it a couple of days, water it, give it a couple of days. Temperature 67 to 80 degrees is optimal for it. And humidity, you want it to have good humidity. It's okay to spray the plant. Some plants you don't want to keep them moist, but it's okay if you have a little spray bottle, squirt this one every few days and feed it once a month with a diluted liquid fertilizer. So we'll do that. We'll probably use a 511 mix on it, and we may actually squirt it with a little of the 511. Like Lady Linda at the New Orleans Gardener, she loves the 511, and we love it too. So Miss Linda, Lady Linda, will be doing that. And be careful with pets, because the plant itself is toxic to pets. So if you have cats, dogs, you want to be careful that they don't get it and they chew on the leaves or anything. So other than that, wipe it down occasionally. If your house is dusty, don't let it collect dust. That interferes with the photosynthesis. And remove any dead foliage. If you have leaves that die on it, trim those off. Let the healthy leaves benefit from the nutrients. So pretty simple to keep it going. And they don't grow super large. This variety is supposed to grow somewhere between 5 and 6 feet when it's mature, and then we'll get little tiny bananas off of it. So we're excited for it, and anyone who's watched my channel long enough know one of my favorite expressions is happy wife, happy life. So my wife wants bananas. We're going to see if we can grow bananas. So real quick video, something we're growing here at our home, and we'll let everybody know how they do as they go along. We try to be honest when we have some failures. We report that, like the peppercorn plant slash vine that I showed you. We bought 2 more because before I bought 1, it didn't survive last year. And I think for the same reason, we either watered it too often or we didn't water it often enough. So I'll do a little bit more research. The 2 downstairs we've had for a while, they're doing great indoors. We plan to move them into the greenhouse like we did the last one, and hopefully they do better, because the last one we had grew really well for 5-6 months, and then towards the end of I'll say mid-fall, it just didn't thrive. So hopefully these will do good. They'll be indoors in a controlled environment, and like I say, we'll let you guys know how they do. So real quick video on one of the plants, the new plants in our 2022 garden, the Dwarf Cavendish banana. So as always, we want to say God bless our great country America, and God bless you wherever you reside around the world. Take care. Sapper out. And
SK2 out.
all right.